Welcome back to A Better Life. Hank is on assignment, so I'm your guest host today. I'm Dr. Lucas Fry. I hope you enjoyed the first segment as we learned a little bit about where the future is going in home furniture. But now we're also learning that you don't necessarily need to go out to eat anymore, but if you want to, there's some good places to eat that offer very good quality food. We ran across one of those places, so we invited Chef B to join us in the studio today to tell us a little bit about himself, his food, and his restaurant. Welcome to the show, Chef B.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. So you're located out on Airline Highway.
Yes,
what do people, what are they looking for when they come to Chef B? What are you most known for?
Cajun Creole, but mainly soul food is what we do. We do it, I would say, better than anyone else. I'm fortunate enough that we have our co-owner, Mr. Frank Brown, who's been in business over 30 years. So he has all of the experience as well as the culinary background. And fortunately for me, I've been classically trained by Louisiana Culinary Institute along with over 10 years experience. So we have a lot to bring to the table as far as culinary experience between the two of us combined.
Well, you have achieved the goal that so many people strive to do, and that is a well-trained chef working in a restaurant.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay, so for the young person out there or the grandparent watching that has a kid that is really wanting to be a chef,
okay,
what's the first thing they need to do other than having a passion to cook? What do you recommend to be successful?
I recommend going to culinary school. I believe that was the thing that literally turned it all around for me. Once I went to culinary school, a lot of doors opened up for me because what culinary school does is it no longer teaches you how to cook, but mostly teach you the whys of cooking. Once you know the whys, that's more like the science of it. And when you know the science to why you're doing this or why you're doing that, everything else becomes a lot easier and it starts making sense. Sure. And so that passion actually turns into something even bigger. And fortunately, my passion was able to grow. I've been able to cook for so many celebrities, and I mean, the doors have just opened. More recently, I cooked at the Masters Golf Tournament. This is my third year, so I was able to cook for Tiger Woods.
You have a higher respect for grandma now.
Oh, yes, indeed, because my grandma is actually who taught me how to cook at
Sure.
like 9 years old, you know.
Yeah.
So that, I'm telling you, everything that she told me, she might have said put a little bit of this or put a little bit of that, and years later, that little bit is turned into like half a teaspoon, which is a pinch, you know, or 2 tablespoons, you know. So just basically the things that she taught me then, I'm still using today. I just give a terminology or a method to it.
Sure.
Same thing.
It's amazing for our grandparents that literally had no schooling.
Absolutely.
No science.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they were performing science every day because truly cooking is science.
It is science. They may not have known the jargon to call it.
Right.
But they were doing it. And they didn't write down a recipe.
That's right.
But they had it here. And once you know the recipe, everything else is, I mean, it's a piece of cake, and that's our new, actually our new mantra at the Bayou Cafe, the new recipe for success. So
new recipe for success.
That's
I
it.
like that.
That's it. That's
What's
it.
your favorite dish you like to prepare at your restaurant? What's everybody coming in and asking for?
Everybody's asking for the sweet chili lime wings.
Sweet chili lime
and
wings.
I cannot forget about the oxtails.
Well, let's talk about the wings first.
Yes.
So I take it it's chicken wings.
Yes, chicken wings.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And do you start off the basic deep frying the chicken wings?
We started with the basic deep fry. We season it and marinate it. We actually marinate it for 24 hours.
So you do marinate chicken before you deep fry it?
We do.
Is that a key to the taste?
Do you think? I believe it is for us because what we are doing is we're tackling so many layers of flavor. You know, a lot of people they only season then fry. And I mean, it tastes okay, but when you can penetrate the meat, penetrate the skin, then coat it with more flavor,
sure,
and then toss it in a sauce. I mean, you have so many layers of flavor, so we tackle the sweet, the savory, the spice, and a little bit of citrus acid, so you got a little tang. So you get every element that you could possibly have in one
I
bite.
think that most men out there are
Yep.
what we refer to as Hooters wings cookers.
That's it. That's
And
it.
we
That's
just
it.
deep fry them, throw them in the sauce, shake them up,
That's
and
it.
start eating them.
That's it. That's it.
But you say there's a whole science
yeah,
behind.
it's a science. And even believe it or not, even Hooters, they marinate their wings.
They do.
They do.
Well,
They may not marinate it in the same seasonings we use,
Right.
but they do marinate their wings.
I'll be darned.
Yes, sir.
I did not know that.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll have to try marination next time.
I'm telling you,
I'm a wing guy
look,
too.
it changes
All right,
lives.
let's go to the Oxford Tales. Tell us a little bit about
Oxtails.
that.
Oxtails. Well, basically, oxtail is the cow tail, you know,
Right.
and it takes about 3 hours to cook, give or take maybe a few minutes. But what we do is we sear it to lock in all of the flavor and the juice, and then we slow roast it, or should I say we braise it. We braise it with the holy trinity, your onions, garlic, bell pepper, you know. So so you braise it in that, and we make a good roux, and then about 2 hours later you got some magic. You know, we had a few little
You know, I grew up
seasonings.
on a farm.
Okay.
And raising cattle.
Okay.
And you know, some cattle. I mean, I've delivered a lot of calves. I mean, some of them tails are huge.
Yes, sir.
They're
Yes, sir.
huge.
Yes, sir. We clean them, trim them down.
There's a lot of meat in the tail. I mean, a lot of people
lot of meat.
discard that.
They
but I mean,
do.
there's, you
They
know,
do. But I'm telling you, when you do it right, you can't duplicate the flavor. You cannot duplicate the flavor. I'll tell you one of our secret ingredients. We use like a little red wine that we braise it with, and what that does is it adds another element of flavor.
Wow.
Yeah. So
All right. So, what are some overall? Because we only have about a minute.
Yeah,
left,
yeah, I'm
what,
sorry.
What else do you have in the restaurant?
we have.
What are
I'm
some of the
telling you,
dishes?
we have pastas. We have, of course, your fried catfish, your fried shrimp. We saute those same things, but another huge seller we have is our smokehouse. So we're doing smoked brisket, smoked ribs.
Okay.
You know, I'm not gonna say that we have the best barbecue ribs in the city, but we have the best barbecue ribs in the city.
We have a picture up behind us, guys.
Yep.
This is the building. Where are we at here on that?
This is North Baton Rouge,
North Baton
5068 Airline Highway. It's really close to North Foster. So if you're traveling north, going towards like downtown, traveling north on Airline Highway, like going towards the interstate or downtown, it's going to be on your left-hand side.
Okay.
You cannot miss it. If you make it to North Foster, you've already passed it.
Okay.
It's so
North
easy.
Foster has the old place to buy.
It
Produce.
had the produce
Food
market.
stand.
It,
We're
yeah,
close
it's
to
gone
that?
now, but it's literally across the street from where that was.
Okay.
So I mean,
Excellent.
it's easy to get in, easy to get out.
Excellent.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Well, we'll definitely have to come by and
Yes,
try
sir.
out your food.
Please come by and try it out.
What are your hours of operation?
We are open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we'll definitely come by. One more
Yes, sir.
quick question. Do you use Grubhub to deliver and things of that nature?
We're working on that.
Good.
Right now, we're actually in the process of renovating the whole restaurant. We're going to do a new grand opening in September. So this summer, what we're doing is like we're just trying a few different menu items.
Right.
So in September, because we're going to renovate the inside and outside, what you see now is going to look totally different. So
Look forward
we're
to
doing
the
it right
future
way.
with you.
Yes, sir.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you being on.
Yeah.
Folks, it's my time is up here on the show because coming up in a moment, the last segment, you'll have your regular guest, your regular host back, Hank Hennigan. So I appreciate the time I was able to spend with you. Remember, have a better life through Jesus Christ.